All right, so welcome to our Thursday night call, and I am so excited for these. I got really pumped up last time we had our talk about goals and why. It was just like giving me that extra energy, and so many of you shared with me that it gave that same kind of feeling to you as well. So what I feel like these Thursdays are going to be about is, obviously we're going to talk about the topic that we post on Sunday, but hearing other people's ideas and hearing, where they've been and where they've come, I think it's going to be relatable. A lot of you can relate to this. This is not like we don't live this perfect little world and have this beautiful little team and no problems happen. Like things happen all the time. Like we said before, it's definitely a roller coaster type of business, but it separates. When you're down, it's going to start to separate people who are going to go to the top or wherever you want to go. It's really easy for somebody just, throw in the towel, like I said before, and quit. But I love seeing that you guys just the same faces and new faces keep coming on these calls to learn the tips and the tricks, things that maybe you haven't thought about that maybe you can try. That's what I really love about our coaching calls. And Gina is going to be sharing first. And she had a pretty amazing aha moment. So I'm not going to steal her thunder. I'm going to turn it over to Miss Gina. So welcome, Gina. I can't hear you.
I was trying to figure out how to turn my little thing on. So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, yay. Hey, friends. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great night. Okay, so this is my thing. I thought I've always been really good at follow-up. I contact tons and tons of people. And I'm always like, I keep following up with them. I'm not getting a lot of responses. I thought I was doing a really good job. But what I found out is I was letting people slip through the cracks. And my problem was I was not being super organized. I was trying to do everything by memory, which if you're a mom and a woman, your brain is like this all the time. So to try to keep track of all of that was not really a good plan to try to do it by memory. So at the end of August, I thought I need to do something to try to reorganize. So I sat down with my laptop and I went to Facebook Messenger because that's typically where I message everybody. And I scrolled all the way back to January. And I thought I'm going to start at January and see who I contacted in January that I haven't contacted again. So I went all the way back there and I got my notebook out. And I started writing down names of people who I haven't messaged since January. I forgot about them. I thought I was doing a great job. I thought I was contacting everyone and keeping up on it, but I wasn't because I wasn't writing anything down. So look at all my papers. January, February. These are people that I contacted forever ago and never contacted again. This is just January through June. Look at all those people I reached out to. Oh my gosh. I forgot about them all. So now there were some hit and miss that, that I have contacted like in July and August because I stopped in June. But those are a lot of people that I missed out on. So now that I've written them all down, I've gone through and I've started sending private messages to every single person. I started like the last week of August, and I started putting little check marks next to people when I sent them a private message. So, I have reached all these people again in just the last couple of weeks. And I'll tell you, last month's PV was horrible for me. I was under $200, which I've never been under $200 in 16 months. I was like devastated because I thought I've worked so hard, nothing's happening. But I kept messaging, and I contacted all these people again. Today, for September, my PV is $480. What? I'm so excited! I have one returning customer and 2 new customers. And I'm talking to quite a few others that are interested. And some of them have tried it before and they're thinking about trying it again. And I have some new people that really haven't reached out, but since I've contacted them again, hey, yes, I think I'm ready. So I've got some activity. People I forgot about that I'm reaching out to again. So my next step in my organization is, now that I have them all written down and I've notated who I've contacted again, now I'm going to spend the time and go back and write down who I've spoken to again, and if they've been crickets, like they haven't responded at all, or if they've had some kind of interest at some point. So I can notate, they communicated with me, they're thinking about it, and maybe write down, their issue is money, or, they are skeptical or whatever, just so I can keep track of what their issues are. Or the other thing I also want to do is, if we have communicated back and forth, I want to put notes next to everybody of what is their issue. Is it gut health? Is it the energy? Is it, better sleep? I know we can't say that, but privately we can say that, so that I can focus on the next time I message them. I'll have it in my notes written down. Hey, so-and-so, I've been thinking about you. I know you've been worried about your energy. Let's do it. Something. So I'm trying to get more organized, and I think writing it down and having it in front of me is just going to make a huge difference. I'm feeling more organized, and I just feel more positive, and I'm just really excited. So that's my thing.
Yay! Yay! I don't know how I can get you off. Your picture is still big, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So that's awesome, Gina. What I was hearing you say is activity is key. And I know you keep hearing that from a lot of your leaders. But guys, if you don't do anything, activity, like if you don't do any activity, you're not going to earn anything. Nothing's going to happen. People might message you because you maybe posting on Facebook, but you literally have to do activity every single day in order for your business to grow. I can attest to that because the summer was crazy. I was off schedule. I can say I wasn't doing the income producing activities like I should have been. And then, September, I'm already up. Like my PV is 390, and that was good being, only 7 or 8 days in, 8 days. And that's awesome. Like I have set a goal, and I am doing activities to try to reach that goal. So do the goal setting like we talked about last week, and set, if you have maybe increase your PV, $150 or 150 PV or whatever it is, but set those goals. And one thing I also heard you say, Gina, was, bringing up, like write down. It is so key to write down not only what these people you have reached out, not only what you know about them with their health goals and, but their personal lives. When you get back to like talking to them again or messaging them, start with the message of maybe something that you saw, like, oh, I see you just got back from Hilton Head, or, whatever that is. Like bringing in their personal lives as you talk builds that relationship too. So it makes them think, you know what, they care about me as a person. They're just not out to make a buck on Plexus products. So does that make sense? Awesome job, Gina. I'm so excited. I know, being up and down in this business, I know we wear it all over our bodies. When we're down, we're down. But I love just, being that little leader for you too, and just stepping in and say, Gina, stop it. You can do this. Like, what else can you, let's think about a plan. So when you're down, what's the activity you're going to do to get out of that rut? And you have found a good activity. You feel comfortable. You feel confident because now you have a plan. You're organized. And just keeping it up here, like you said, it's not going to work. Like, it's not going to work at all. You can't just say, as you see somebody posting, oh yeah, I forgot to post, or I forgot to tell them. I've done that. That's how I ran my life when I was teaching and try to do all of this. But now I know that doesn't work. So thank you so much. We're going to turn this over to Kendra, and Kendra's going to share, and hopefully, Kendra, you can start talking and see if there you are.
Can you see me?
I can. Go ahead and share what you've been doing.
I want you to know I put on my royal blue shirt so I could twin with you tonight.
Our blue shirt.
Can't really do that. Yeah, can't really see mine.
Yeah.
Okay, so Misty wanted me to talk about Frank's List, and I will admit that I have it going in the back of my head, but and this is the teacher in me, I tell everybody, yeah, make a Frank's List, it's great. I never made one. I made a big long list of my Facebook friends, and I've kind of categorized, so that works for me. I literally actually printed out my Facebook friends list, which I just found out I could do that this summer. And if you want to know how, I can find the link for you. I looked it up on YouTube, and it just kind of, it really opened my eyes to how many people I have never seen a Facebook post from, to even kind of add them on my potential list. So the Frank's list is really important. And now I'm kind of, as I'm doing that with my team, I'm really starting to follow my own, advice and make this list and really go through it. I will totally admit the relatives part of it, the second one of it, it totally freaks me out. I hate contacting my relatives, and I'll tell you why, because I have an uncle who works for GNC, and he gets real snotty with me. I actually had to unfriend him on Facebook because he was so negative towards me. I was like, oh, listen, I don't want to start a family war here. So contacting family really is kind of scary for me. And it's probably scary for a lot of people because those aren't the people that we're going to like not care if they, don't sign up or don't want to be a customer. Those are the ones that kind of hits a little harder to home because we feel like they should trust us a little more than maybe they do. So that's my little, learn from it, take whatever you want from it. But yeah, that one is really hard for me. But I will give you something that one of my ambassadors does, Deb Ramelsberg. I don't think she's on here tonight, but she actually made her Frank's list out. And what she does is she assigns a day to each letter. So Monday are her friends, Tuesday are her relatives, and so on. And I was like, that's brilliant. You always know what day what you're doing that day. Okay, well, today is Tuesday. Today I am contacting my relatives. I'm going to go back through, maybe someone's mentioned something, maybe someone signed up. I need to contact them. I think that's a really great idea. It makes it so simple to do. So I really, really liked that she does that, and I'm going to kind of work at how I can organize as that. Then something else that I do, for me, like I kind of live by my planner. Like it sits right here by me. I look at it every single day to see what's on there. And I think I talked about this on our last call, that I color code everything. So my pink pen is for Plexus. So Mondays for me are always my check-in days. I write down all my new customers, and Mondays are my check-in days. Beginning of the week, a lot of them like to start on Mondays, and that's probably why I did that. But that seems to work for me. Another thing that I've been doing is, and I was just like Gina in the fact that I was just relying on my memory, and, I would remember some of those people, but then like, oh wait, who asked about something? I wonder who that was. Now I call this divine intervention because I swear sometimes when I'm trying to think of who I had talked to or who had shown interest, I swear like a Facebook post pops up from them, and I'm like, oh, that's who I was supposed to contact. That's right. That's the person I was looking for. But that is not a good way to do things because I'm sure I have missed a lot of people. In fact, I know there's one that I had messaged and talked to her about it, and her name popped back up again. I was looking back through messages, and we had talked, and I was like, oh, hey, we never talked about Plexus again. Did you have any more questions? She's like, oh, yeah, I signed up on so-and-so's team. I'm like, oh, awesome. I'm like, well, I lost that one. That kind of sucks. So it is what it is. But anyways, what I was saying is friending new people. I think I'm actually pretty good at that. I don't like to sound braggy, but I will find lots of different ways to friend people. I actually went to a kind of a mom's night out thing tonight, and I was like, I kind of didn't want to go. I knew we had this call, and I didn't want to be late coming on, and the kids that needed to be put to bed. But I was like, you know what? That's a really great way to network with people. I didn't talk anything about Plexus, but I am friending all of them. So, they'll eventually see it, and eventually I will talk to them about it, but I'm not going to talk to them tomorrow about it, But what I've been doing is in my little planner, over in the notes side, I'm writing down who I have friended, or rather who has accepted my friendship. And I'm keeping that list now right there where I can see it, and then I can go back to the months and be like, okay, cross off who signed up, who decided to try, who has told me flat out, no, I'm not interested at all. Don't contact me again about it. Just so I can remember, and not contact some of those people again. I don't know why I suddenly got very bright in this light here. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately. I'm same with Misty. Like summer was crazy. I had no sort of routine. I was just trying to fit things in here and there. I was totally scatterbrained. I was not doing the things I needed to be doing. I mean, I was contacting people here and there. I was friending people here and there, but definitely I was not being productive with my work. And I've really refocused, and now I kind of feel like I'm back in the game. I had a really high PV last month, and I'm working at keeping that super high and hopefully adding people to it. So that's my story. You're muted, Misty.
Awesome job. Thanks for sharing those tips. And I have a few more I'd like to share, but what I heard you say, Kendra, was practice what you preach, basically, which is very key. You know, we are models. All of us are leaders, because even if we have one person under us, whether it's a customer or ambassador, you are a leader of a team. A team could be just one person. So absolutely practice what we're preaching. And the whole purpose of these Thursday night calls, and to bring you back to the resources that we're using. If you did not get to see this, it is on page 13 of all like the Franks, what Franks means. And I love the idea of focusing on, I even wrote it mine, on Monday, focus on friends. Tuesday, focus on relatives. Wednesday, acquaintances. Thursday, maybe neighborhood. Friday for kids, connections, and maybe on the weekend, some service organizations. And funny thing is, I do a lot of service organizational type things on the weekend. So I could be networking. Some of the things that I have started, because being in this 22 months, I feel like, at least I feel this way, even though I know there's so many other people out there. I don't know how, there we go. I feel like there's so many people out there that I have not talked to, but I kind of feel like I'm tapped out with my friends. I've tapped out with my relatives. Like, I don't know what else to do. So there is something, if you guys want to, they're in every little city, but the Chamber of Commerce. If you guys write down and do some research and go and ask, but we have a little group called, it's actually a national type of group, but it's called B for boy, N-I, B-N-I. And it's a networking group. It's a business networking, and it is a fee. Like, it's probably going to cost me about $400 for the whole year. But how it works is we all go on Tuesday, at least in the Delaware. In Delaware, we go on Tuesdays, but you can go to like Westerville and Worthington have their own like meeting date. But Tuesdays at 8 o'clock in the morning. Again, they're all different on all the other cities, so it may not be in the mornings, but what it is a bunch of people come together and they're networking. You get to stand and share like a little bit about your business. You tell them what you're looking for. And then as you build relationships, they're actually networking for you. So if I'm out and about and I hear somebody like needs a plumber, well, I have met this plumber. I have a good relationship with this plumber now because of this network group. And I will say, I have a plumber, or I have an insurance person, or there can only be one person from each field, like in the group. So like I'm representing health and wellness, so no other health and wellness person can come in the group. So all of these people are actually learning about me personally, and they're learning about my business and what I'm looking for, and they're actually out there. When they're out and about, they're going to drop my name, if they hear somebody. And the whole point is to refer people, because then we get something called closed like business. So they'll add up everybody who referred somebody. And once they did that like work, or they completed the job, or they completed whatever, like if I completed a sale, basically, I turn it in and they add up all of the money that all the businesses like did in that month because of referrals. Last month, there was $40,000 in this group, which is amazing. So it's called BNI, so ask your Chamber of Commerce. But in the Chamber of Commerce, too, like they list like all these different activities that are going on in the city. So like if you want to do a table, or if you want to, like it might be $35 for a farmer's market or whatever, just go to your Chamber of Commerce and look at that. Another thing that I'm doing, I'm so excited. I just picked up the signs tonight, but I had a good idea of, I wanted to start a little walking club in my neighborhood. I didn't really know how to do it, so I asked our, like, one of the head people of our neighborhood and said, hey, this is my idea. What do you think? And he has these signs that we go at the end, like the entrance ways of our neighborhood. I said, do you mind if I get those signs and kind of write on, you know, like put the little, you know, all the letters are on it or whatever, and just kind of promote like a ladies walking club, and we're going to meet in the park, and we're going to start, you know, at 7:30, you know, whatever. And he goes, oh my gosh, that's an amazing idea. Absolutely. So as long as it's pulling in neighbors, like, he was all for it. So that's going to be starting. So my goal of this is just a network. I want to build relationships. I'm not going to talk about Plexus, but what always happens? People will ask, what do you do? So that's going to be my in about Plexus. My goal, like, I'm trying to be strategic about this, but my goal would be, like, maybe in a month, say, hey guys, do you want to, like, maybe try one of my 7-day trials? And, you know, like, as we're walking, you know, you mean, like, as we're starting to keep people accountable and they get to know me and I'm not just out to make a buck again, hoping I can pull them in and try one of my products. Hey, you want more energy? Let's try Edge, or, you know, whatever it is. So just kind of planting seeds, but thinking ahead of networking. I have some other ideas. Hold on one second. Let me look at my list here. Oh, when you have your Frank's list, that's just kind of like, I have a lot of moments sometimes where I'm like, especially now that I have all this time off, I have all this time off, and I feel like I don't know what to do sometimes. But having a Frank's list is going to be like, that is your, like, that's how you're going to work. Well, you're going to look off of that, and you're going to be intentional. So, like, the 7-day trial challenge came up. I literally contacted, private messaged a lot of my people on my Frank's list. And so far, I have 3 new customers. But 2 of them, like, well, 3 of them all said, oh, yeah, I would love to do the challenge. And I said, I would love to chat with you. So I got on the phone. I talked to them, 2 of them. And those 2 that I talked to, I actually explained our products and explained, like, what our ProBio does, what our BioCleanse does, and so forth. And out of those 3 people that contacted me, 2 of them actually ordered the triplex combo. 1 even ordered triplex combo and the shakes. And they signed as a preferred customer. Here's what I'm going to tell you to do. If you did not hear it on the live call last night or through something else that Julie Adams has posted before, be strategic again. What Sarah McIntyre told us the other day was she is actually purchasing the 7-day trials. She is telling people, because people are on my, I can't tell you how many people have actually bought them from her. It still adds to her personal volume, like her sales. So she's still going to earn like 15 or 25% on those, depending on if her PV is like 500 and above. But she's buying a bunch. She's contacting people and say, I have it right here. I'll send it out. You don't even have to get on my website. But with the deal going on for September, the deal is that if you can get 3 customers and 3 ambassadors, you'll get an extra $100 bonus for September. So what we're trying to tell people to do is buy some 7-day trials. Tell people you have them on hand, that you can ship them out, or, you know, whatever. But what happens is, if they were to buy the 7-day trial, the 7-day trial is only $24.95. But the 3 and 3 that's going on right now for the deal, 3 customers, 3 ambassadors, they have to be, I believe, $50 or more. So it has to be on their first time order. So if they try this 7-day trial and then they like, oh, I want it and I want to get slim, like a whole 30 days, they don't count as your 3-day or 3 customer people. It has to be on their first purchase. So if they buy it from you to try it, then we're still early in the month. They might say, you know what, I actually want to buy a whole month's worth. Then perfect. Let them sign up as a preferred customer, and then you'll get that. They count as your 3 people to get as a customer. Does that make sense? If not, please unmute and tell me, and I will share that part again. Anybody? You can also go through and work your Frank's list, so code it. So if you know, for example, I think Gina, you touched on this. I can't remember if I'm just thinking that in my head, but code your Frank's list. Go through and decide, I know this person needs this. They need Plexus because of their health. Make a code that means health. Make a code that means money, just for the money sign. Like if you know this would be a great, like they need money, you might want to start talking, don't say, I know you need money, but you would just start telling them more about the opportunity and how they can earn money doing this. So code it in however you want, but kind of then that's how you're going to contact them, and that's what you're going to kind of pull out in your messages when you be strategic about it. Let me see. Oh, and then adding so if I do everything by my calendar as well. So if I've contacted somebody, let's say it's today, it's September 8th. I might contact them again in a month. I'm going to go to October 8th, and I'm going to write their name on my calendar. I look at my calendar every single day. I carry it in my purse. It has everything on it. So I know that I'm not going to forget. I can't put it in my head and just remember. Gina, you told us that, right? It doesn't work anymore. We get old, and we can't remember. It's not really old. It's just we have a lot going on. Life is crazy. So be strategic of that too. Write things down. If you message them and they said, you know what, I'm going to have money in a week. Well, go a week from today and write their name down. Don't feel bad to message them again. They have given you the okay to message them. Be bold. The only thing they can say is no. Oh, well, right? But I will tell you, in the 22 months that I have been doing this, I really have never gotten a no. They might have just said, I'm not really interested right now. That doesn't mean no. They obviously are a little bit curious, and they're just not ready right now, and that's okay. So I'm going to let you guys open this up for questions. If you have tips of your own that has been working for you, please share it out. That's what this time is for. And we have about 8 minutes before this will shut off. So anybody want to share, just unmute. Or if you have questions. I love wait time. Okay, if you want to interrupt me, you can, but I want to share one other thing. Something that we talked about at our training last night when we were at Evero Barn was qualifying ambassadors. I'm just going to talk about this really quickly because it's really crucial. If you know that somebody only wants to buy Slim, do not let them, unless they want to, obviously, don't let them be a wholesale buyer if you can, because you get absolutely nothing from that sale. Not sale, I hate even saying that. You get nothing from them buying Slim as a wholesaler. Nothing. But if they were to buy, and we're going to talk about this at our local training this Sunday at Kendra's house, I don't even know where it is, but if you look at the preferred bonuses, like as a customer, you actually make money on the products they buy. So for example, if they want to buy Triplex as a customer, you automatically get $20 from that. If you let them be wholesale, that's fine. I mean, if they want to be wholesale, you want to let them be wholesale. But what you could tell them is after they have bought something, they're 3 consecutive months, and they buy it the 4th month, they get actually a percentage off it's basically getting wholesale pricing. It has to be the same products that they are buying consecutively as a customer, and they're going to end up getting wholesale pricing on that 4th month. And they get the 60-day money-back guarantee. So if they've told you anything about maybe possibly earning money, that's a great opportunity for them to maybe be a wholesaler. Preferred customers are going to be amazing for you if you're really wanting to do this to earn money. And we're going to talk about that, and I highly, highly encourage all of you to try to come to Kendra's on Sunday. at 6 o'clock, and we are going to do so many hands-on like scenarios, like things like that, that it's just going to make sense. It's going to just all come together and really help you understand. It's going to make sense. So please try to get there, and you out-of-staters, I can talk with you about what we can do on those live moments that we have, because obviously you're states away, Gina, I understand, so we can come up with a plan for you. But really try to listen in, talk to them, and see, like, before, encourage them to be a preferred customer if they're only wanting 1 or 2 products, because they're absolutely going to do nothing. It's nothing for you. You get no points, no money for them to be a wholesale, and that's fine. But you don't want it, like, if they really want it, don't talk them out of it, I guess. So,
can I add something to that,
yeah.
Misty?
Yeah.
So what I've told some of my people, because I have that same issue. People are like, oh, well, they wanted wholesale pricing, so I told them to sign up as an ambassador. And I'm like, well, ordering just ProBio is really not doing anything, just like you said. So what I always tell them to do is look at, I just happen to have these handy little sheets that Misty and I printed today. But if you look at your compensation chart and you see that, let's say they want the lowest price on ProBio. Well, we know that it's about a 10% discount. So if I look on here and I'm like, okay, if they order ProBio, I'm going to get $5 back from Plexus on top of it, building my PV. So offer them $5 back for the first 3 months, or $10 back, whatever their order is. If you know it's not going to make 100, offer them a little bit of money back for 3 months until they start getting that lower price. And that way you're still getting a benefit from it, and you're really actually coming out even, if not ahead, because you are getting those bonuses from Plexus. So that's what I've been telling people to do, because we don't want, that sounds bad, but don't encourage someone to become an ambassador when it's not going to actually help you build your team. So just
that's a great point, and I like the idea of just offering them that extra little discount if you want, but you don't have to do any of that. So definitely just listen in. If they want to be wholesale, let them be wholesale. If they want to be retail, and even though we know preferred's a little bit cheaper, like if they want retail, they want retail. They just don't want to worry about maybe an auto ship. That's totally fine, but just listen in. I guess that's all we're trying to say. We're not being sneaky. We're not being, I would not run my business that way. We're very ethical, and we have morals, and we want to live to that. So, and they, and people they trust in you. They trust that you are giving them the advice that, what's going to be best for them. So hopefully this helps, and hopefully you learn some type of little trick or tip, what we are doing, on our side, but we would love to know what you're doing as well. And next week we're going to reach out to 2 more of you to see if you can, if you would like to chat just like Gina and Kendra did. And I will let you know what the topic is on Sunday. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and end the call, but we do have 2 minutes if anybody wants to add or ask questions.
Crickets.
Crickets. Well, thank you. Guys are awesome. We had 17 people on. This really shows your commitment. Somebody have something?
No, that was just me saying yay. Oh. Sorry.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and end the call. Thank you so much. And we have, real quick, on the 15th, which is on a Thursday next week, we are meeting at Bar Louie in Polaris, and it's just a little social. And I would love to see, if any of you guys are local, I would love to see you guys there. And also at Kendra's this Sunday. Okay? All right. Have a good night.